This episode of Torture Vision's Low Score is brought to you by AnthonyDinar.com.
All right, this is Brandon Hayes with Anthony Dinar, and today we're taking a look at House of the Dead 2 for the Nintendo Wii.
They should have called this Congress. You got the House and the Senate, get it? Bunch of braindead idiots.
Yeah, keep that politics off my channel. So, we're doing this because we were invited once again to the Soiled Restroom Cinema podcast.
Filthy, filthy place. They really need to clean that bathroom.
Yeah. And we watched House of the Dead, the movie from the Uwe Boll classic.
Uwe Bowel syndrome.
And do you want to talk about the podcast in case someone doesn't know what it is?
Okay, so their slogan is actually really cool. So it's we flush it so you don't have to see it. In other words, like they'll tell you about the movie and actually like give you some backstory if there is any in terms of like doing some research. But you basically get everything you need to get out of the film without watching it. And for the most part, because all their movies that they review are shit.
Yeah, you don't ever want to watch any of them.
But for the most part, like they're always like 100% better watching or listening to the podcast than watching the movie. So you should always check that channel out. It's signalsoffury.com. There'll be a link in the description below. But the channel, or the show rather, is called Soiled Restroom Cinema.
And that is run by a guy named Honor Knight.
Yeah, what a weird name, by the way. I mean, it's cool, but like I've never met anybody called Honor Knight.
I don't think that's his legal name.
Oh.
I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that.
Oh, interesting.
Did you not ever think that?
Well, I just assumed it was his government name. I mean, who's the weirdo to just not use their real name?
Okay.
No, and then he's got two fantastic ladies with him. We got Griffin, Colleen Griffin, and Nora Crest.
Yes, yeah. And I'm guessing those are real names.
Yeah.
But they might be fake too.
I thought they were all real, but what do I know? They're actually the best part of the show. I mean, Honor is like the comedic relief or whatever, but they're like the voice of reason. So like it makes the perfect yin yang to the show. So they really play off of each other really nicely, I think, anyways.
So he makes terrible off-color jokes, and
yeah,
then
it's
they
so
reel
cool.
him back in.
It's
kind of
awesome.
like I try to do with you when you just go way too far.
What? Whoa, I thought I was the voice of reason.
No. Voice of insanity. Meanwhile, so yeah, we watched House of the Dead, like I said, the Uwe Boll Spectacular, and then we actually went above and beyond, and we listened to the Uwe Boll commentary.
Because that's how we roll.
And then we watched House of the Dead 2, and then we listened to the commentary on that.
We wasted the whole Sunday.
Yeah, it was the worst Sunday I've spent in a long, long time. And it's funny because, like, I remember watching the movie, the Uwe Boll movie, in theaters.
Yeah, we're practically watching it now. That motherfucker uses the video game footage in his movie. I don't even know who gave him that bright idea.
Yeah, like you think that Mario Brothers is the worst video game movie ever. It's like it's actually looks like a competent film compared to House of the Dead. But I watched it in theaters because I really liked this game. I remember going to the arcade. Do you remember the arcade at all, youngin?
Youngin. Yeah, I mean, like, I have an arcade cabinet at home because, like, we do play arcade games occasionally in real life. I guess, like, the retro thing is you go to a bar and you can buy your drinks. Well, and there's an arcade there now, too. So, like, it's totally different from the, like, archaic days that you remember.
No, see, that's what I was going to mention is that, like, it was a brand new idea, a brand new concept. It was an arcade for adults where you could get drinks too. That was a brand new thing when, at least as far as I knew, from 96, 97, when House of the Dead first came out. It was a brand new game in this brand new place that opened up in Arizona. And I think it was called GameWorks. And we were so excited to have it. It's like, oh, let's go to the bar, and then let's go downstairs, wait in line to play House of the Dead, And
you had to wait in line to play
because it was so
this.
popular. They only had like 4 cabinets,
Yeah.
so you had to wait. But when you finally got up to the game, I think we spent like, I don't know, 20, 30 bucks to beat it.
Christ, dude.
Just constantly putting quarters in. So yeah, we did beat it, but like, I mean, provided you have enough money, anyone could beat the game.
Yeah.
So it's nothing that I'm proud of or anything. But I remember, like, after dumping all that money into the machine, after we had won, we watched the world's worst video game ending ever. It's so anticlimactic. It's just nothing happens. It's basically just credits. The story was shit to begin with, really.
Yeah.
And we were fucking pissed.
Well, to let everyone know how the first one ends is like the bad guy, which is Rudolph. What's his last name? Kurian?
I don't think his name is Rudolph in the game.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, maybe. Anyways, his last name is Kurian. Who cares? And he creates this virus or whatever and creates this zombie outbreak, and eventually, like, his masterpiece or his best zombie work or whatever kills him. So yeah, it is kind of anticlimactic. It's stupid. If you play enough of these games, you realize, like, in the second one, it's Goldman who is paying Kurian. So, like, it was basically like someone in the SS army, and in number 2, you're actually like fighting Hitler himself, essentially. So he's like the lead henchman, and they started all of this because humankind has ruined the planet and the environment is shit. So they basically made this to take out the human race because we deserved it.
Okay, well, whatever story that was, it was fucking lame in the video game. Like, you can like the gameplay all you want. Like, if you like rail shooters, it's fairly decent for what it is. And at the time, the graphics were fucking amazing, so that's why we loved it so much.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
But, yeah, the story, like, no one's really playing this for the story.
No.
But if you are, and then you want to see the story translated on the screen like we did, we wanted to see the story on the big screen, it's not the same. Uwe Boll, like, basically made a prequel to the first House of the Dead video game, and he changed up the story, so it's not Kurian making a disease to, like, wipe out mankind because he's some sort of eco-terrorist or whatever the fuck you just described.
Environmentalist.
It's
damn hippies.
the bad guy in the movie is like some ancient Spanish conquistador dude who found
what the fuck was that?
He somehow uncovered the I was gonna say the cure for death, but that sounds stupid. But he discovered how to make zombies, essentially.
Yeah. To live forever, but also it's like, who would want to live like that? But yeah, he wants to, like, still, like, look like himself. So
yeah, he
starts to decompose, and then he does this whole, like, I want to wear your skin thing.
Yeah, so he makes zombies, and obviously they decompose, and so, but they're still sentient. They can fight with axes and chainsaws and whatnot.
Right. They know that there's a clear leader. There's a hierarchy in the system. The social,
but if he's also a zombie and he's, like, all vain about his looks and he wants to wear like a skin mask like Leatherface, that kind of means that the other ones probably feel the same way too. They're probably like, I would like to be beautiful.
He's like the King Jong-il of, like, he's like, no, only I can be beautiful.
Maybe that's the story. We didn't get to explore any of that in the movie. Maybe it'll get rebooted someday.
Yeah, and the reason that I suck so bad at playing this is because you can't just, like, continue on forever. Like, you essentially go until you die, and then you get one more continue, and then you get to do it again, and then you have to start all over, and at this point you get, 2 more continues from the very first time you tried. And so that's the only way to advance in the game. It's designed to eat your quarters, so it's a game that you have to play over and over and over again on the Wii, and that's why it sucks.